Hey guys, we just got back from Sonic the Hedgehog 3. That's right, the one with Shadow, played by Keanu Reeves.
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin?
It's a Shadow.
The Shadow.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Okay, Joe. Directed by Jeff Fowler. Story by Pat Casey and Josh Miller. And so I'm just going to get right down to the brass tacks. And should you go out and see Sonic 3, is it a good time? Or is this a sequel that drops off hard? You know, sequelitis can be a thing, and you can get diminishing returns. Jim Carrey was quoted as saying, "I'm not returning unless you write it in gold ink, and it's a really good story," or something like that. Well, guess what? He's back. Not only is he back, but you get a double helping of Jim Carrey. And so I'll tell you, yes. It is a fun film. It's a funny film. Now, not all the jokes land. In fact, a few of them miss. But I had a lot of fun because of the double helping of Jim Carrey and the focus on our, animals, basically. All of our characters from Sonic. And a lessening of the human story. Yeah. So less side stories like the stupid wedding or the stupid, kind of fish out of water stuff. This is straight into the action. This is Team Sonic in action. What does each of these characters bring to the team? It's friendship. It's mystery with Shadow. Who is Shadow? Why? If you're not familiar with Shadow, what's going on here? Is he just Sonic and better in every way? And, what's his backstory? This film kind of deals with it all. And then, just like they've done at the end of every single Sonic, they do a tease here. And, man, the theater erupted, and I was so confused. I mean, not confused. I know these characters, that are revealed at the end. And I'm like, okay, so I guess I was on the outside looking in there. I think, I don't want to spoil any more now. We'll talk about it in spoilers.
And it's guaranteed because it got greenlit today. Sonic 4.
Are you serious?
Sonic 4 greenlit today.
Okay, well, it must be doing good in pre-sales and everything.
100 million estimate, I think.
Oh, wow. The budget is 122 million. And, the previous films have been a lot of fun. They've made money, and I can see them spending that. I don't feel like that's excessive or anything. But I was really happy that they got Jim Carrey. Keanu Reeves does an all-right job as Shadow. In fact, now he's Shadow to me. Like, I can't separate Keanu from Shadow. Yeah. So hopefully they're able to keep paying Keanu whatever he wants to get the Shadow. He may not be in the film as much as I wanted. He does get his moments. But I guess I expected a little bit more. And we'll have to see what happens from here. But, I had a lot of fun. They break the fourth wall. It seems like everybody is having fun at this point. Everybody knows what kind of film this is. This is a celebration of the video games. It is just inside jokes, outside jokes, really cringy jokes all over the place. And I think, we saw it at a kids screening, so there were plenty of kids. They were having a great time. By the way, the Superman trailer played, and a bunch of kids were like, Superman! I was like, yes! And then when that dog came on screen, Crypto, like some of the, I'm going to see that. I'm like, I'm feeling good about Superman's return. Sorry. This is about Superman.
Really?
So this is about, our characters in Sonic. And Knuckles returns. Tails returns, and I was worried, okay, the cast is getting bigger. Are they going to get their moments? Is it going to be too big? And honestly, everybody gets their moments. Maybe not in the ways that you expect, but Knuckles gets his. Tails gets his own moment. And they continue this relationship between Robotnik and the guy that gets his coffee. I forget his name. Stone. And I think that has some heart to it. And so the films have the heart, they have the passion, they understand their audience, and it was a really good, it was a good time. And with getting all the parts that I hate out of the way, getting straight into the action and focusing on the cast of Sonic characters was its greatest strength. What did you guys think of Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
Yeah, definitely go out and see this. I really like this one the best of one so far. 3 is my favorite. I had a good time with this one. I love the team. Knuckles was by far the best. He has his perfect comedic timing.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, it's a good message. It's a great watch. It's basically everything what I wanted from the other films. I just want to see the team, not the people and stuff like that. Everyone did a great job with the voice acting. Ben and Idris, and who's Tails actually?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure who Tails is.
But yeah, all great, and double dose of Jim Carrey, having fun. I laughed a lot of the times with this stupid comedy.
It's so good. He still got it.
He still got it.
Yeah.
It's a
Colleen is Tails, is a chick. Colleen Old.
Well, she did a great job as well. Shadow, amazing. Yeah, go check this out. Loved it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
covered a lot of it.
I think it's the best Sonic movie. I really like Sonic 1. Sonic 2, I think, dropped off pretty hard. And I think this one's a pretty hard course correction from Sonic 2 because they went, like you mentioned, there was no garbage new characters that we go on a side. It's like, I don't care about these new characters. No. Where is the point? And we got completely away from that. Now we get some cameos from them. There's a particular cameo that I kind of want to take 7 points away from the movie for.
Yes, I didn't like that either.
But I still think this is the best of the 3 Sonic movies. There is. I think they found the formula, and I think the studio knows they found the formula. They've already greenlit the next one before they had any of these predictions, and I think they know what they've got. So this is just a fun kids movie, and finally we're getting these, like, because sometimes, and people get mad at me, but sometimes we see these kid movies. I know that they're kids movies. I still find them funny, but this one also had heart to it. It wasn't just member berries. It wasn't just, oh, hey, look, Yoshi's there. Is that Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong? Don't you love that?
This is way better than Mario.
Way better, and it's like it has the humor.
So every time somebody gives a shit over, oh, you guys hate Mario,
it's like, kids movie.
What about the Sonic films? Have you seen any of our Sonic reviews? That's where we're positive.
Yeah, so I think that this is the one where, like, this kind of fits the formula where me as a curmudgeon had a good time. The kids in the theater had a great time. Everyone is having fun with it. There's a good message. There's good heart, and I think this is how you do it.
Yep.
That's it. No more needs to be said.
Go check it out.
Of Jim Carrey. I mean, I'm looking to see how critics are receiving it. It looks like it's getting 87, 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. So I estimate the audience score is going to be hard
or higher for sure.
Just a very few people that don't like it.
6 out of 10.
IndieWire, sharply critical of the film, finding the script asinine.
I don't agree with that one, but it's fine.
Our engagement's down. I have to say something.
Yeah. Carrey's a gloriously deranged one-man and two-character musical. They utter sincerity, so they get it. It's good stuff, and I really liked it. So I think, like I said, everybody gets their moment. You get the backstory to Shadow. You get the final battle. The stakes are high. You even get some fun interplay with Robotnik, which, is I can't say a whole lot. But just know that there's some fun play there. Yeah. And, great. Let's just go to final verdicts then.
No, I'm going to go with an 8.
No, just to let everybody know, my previous scores on Sonic was an 8 out of 10 for the first one and an 8 out of 10 for the second one.
I think mine were like point or 2 lower than yours, but I think this is an 8 right here. This is like my favorite one. Yeah. It's got everything going for me. The chemistry between the team is great. It's really hitting all cylinders. I'm love Jim Carrey.
Is this not an oddity, Joe, that the sequels are going up? Isn't that very rare?
It's rare.
Like Terminator, Terminator 2, Aliens, but then every other sequel franchise, there's not a lot I can think of that kind of go upward. This one has been going upward.
Yeah, this one has. I hate one of the fucking cameos. Pissed me off.
You get an F.
I do like.
What is this cameo?
We'll talk about it later. I do like the Dr. Robotnik fight at the end. I laughed at that. It was pretty cool. But I don't know what it is with the dancing. Like, it's not funny. Can we?
I like the dancing scene, Joe. I liked it.
I'm not knocking points away, but I'm just like,
it doesn't make sense. Their heads should have gotten cut off. We'll talk about it.
There's a field, Joe. He said there's a field.
Yeah, but they're doing that like in every Sonic thing. I was like, it doesn't have to, but
I liked it.
It's still a great film. I like this one the best. 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one. I think this is the strongest of the three. Everything's working here. They've got their formula. A lot of funny stuff. Lots of funny bits, and not just normal Jim Carrey being wacky and zany. Like there were some genuinely like really clever things that they threw in here. So if you're gonna see a movie this weekend, I hear really bad things about some of the other ones, and we've seen some of the poopy ones. So. I'm not even talking about that one.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, it's funny that Shadow is a better villain than fucking Craven and Venom and all those.
Yeah. Even though he's got probably fewer lines and everything.
Way cooler.
And this film
villain.
has more passion, heart, and creativity in it than another film that we saw the same day that we saw War of the Rohirrim, which you'd think, oh man, look, I'm going back to the Tolkien. It's
That's
like,
the Memberberry one too.
This one just it seems natural. It seems genuine. It's funny. It's fun for the whole family. You can take the kids. You can take adults. Hell, I mean, it's pretty much our demographic. We grew up with Sonic. You know, I played the shit out of Sonic 2 with my stepbrother and stepsister. Grew up with it. Sonic and Knuckles. I think I kind of dropped off for Sonic 4. I don't think that I was still playing it at that point. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You need to go and check it out in theaters. Perfect holiday movie. Yeah, there's any of the holiday movies. I guess there's like Mufasa coming and
people are
Nosferatu on Christmas
I want
Day.
to see that one.
If you don't want to scare your
Moana
children,
2?
you got children, you're
You
gonna
see
go to
Moana?
Sonic 3.
Moana 2.
What you say?
Oh, Mufasa is not doing well.
Oh well, we'll see tomorrow.
The
All
live
right.
actions are not.
Okay, so that is. Oh, I didn't give it. I would give it. Well, I actually agree with you, Joe. I think it's better than the others. I think I was very kind to Sonic 2.
You were very kind.
I was super happy with just the feeling of it, and I like this one even more. So I'm between an 8 and a 9, and I think as we talk about it in spoilers, I'll be able to analyze it more. But I could give it an 8 out of 10 and still say it's my favorite of all three. So I'm going to do an 8 out of 10. Stay tuned. Come with us in the spoilers because I can't really think of too many things that are weighing it down. I'd say I expected more of the jokes to hit, but maybe it's just not my kind of comedy. But when they hit, they're funny as hell, and I really appreciated that. And I just had so much fun watching Jim Carrey. And I feel like I'm on repeat from every single time I watched Sonic. So I'm worried if they do a future one and Jim's like, all right, now I'm done. Like, I can't do any more. Will it still work without Jim Carrey? And will it
Just
still have
find
the
another cool villain, but
Or just cast the dudes that replaced him in Dumb and Dumber, and then we can just Dumb and Dumber, or what was the one
don't speak of such terrible
Son of the
nightmares.
Mask,
Fucking
like
nightmares. Maybe Robotnik can be eventually, if Jim doesn't want to do them all the time, maybe he can be replaced by a huge cast. There's over 30 characters in Sonic, so I'm sure they could find something. But anyway, so that's what it's going to be. I'm going to go with an 8 out of 10 right now with a possible
8's
9.
across the board, huh?
Yeah,
very lucky.
It's very
Well, no,
consistent.
for you.
For me,
What?
this
Yeah,
film
1, 2, 3.
franchise has been consistently good and a great time and knows what it wants to be. And I can tell, like, I saw this interview question with the directors and things, and these guys get it. It's like, lastly, the goodwill you earned from the Sonic design change in the first film, do you still think that's a big reason why you're now talking about your third Sonic film? And he goes, I get asked about this in every interview, so I have to say yes. I just love to talk about that great moment, even if it was very tough for me at the time. It created this relationship with our fans and the opportunity for them to feel heard and acknowledged. So it will always be a part of our story, no matter how many of these films we make. It will always come back to that engagement and that very honest transaction between our team and our fan base. And if I could go back, I wouldn't change a thing. So it's like, man, this guy gets it, and he takes ideas from the fans and he wants to make them happy while making a good story. So I think this franchise is in good hands. So that's going to be it. Let's go into the spoiler section. Hey guys, welcome to the
You
spoilers.
ready?
Wade.
Fucking Wade.
Wade was in this
So
fucking movie.
fucking
Wade,
stupid.
okay, you're right.
He needs to lose like
That was
7
the
points.
Dumbest
I
fuck.
face
I hate
palmed.
Wade.
He's like, we gave it to the best warrior.
Fuck Wade.
It's so
Wade.
stupid, and he's playing around with the fucking emerald like it's nothing, like he can break. I hate Wade. If you don't understand our hatred for Wade,
Knuckles.
watch our Knuckles review, which is basically the Wade show, because there wasn't enough Knuckles. So I am concerned. Are they going to do maybe a Shadow spinoff on Paramount Plus? If they do, is it going to be as bad as the Knuckles spinoff?
I thought I heard something like that.
I want more of Knuckles in the Knuckles spinoff, but at least we got him here. So everybody gets their moment. Knuckles, while he tries to fight Shadow initially, because he's the bruiser, he's the big guy, but he gets his ass handed to him, and he gets his ass kicked. He's nowhere near the level of Shadow right now, but what's his helpful? What does he do? He actually ends up saving the day as they eventually it goes to some world-ending orbital weapon, and they blow that up. And as they're falling from the taking care of the orbital weapon, it's Sonic falling. And I couldn't help but raise my hand. I think I saw Joe or Alex look over like what I was doing. It's like, well, what Shadow's ability is to blink. Couldn't he just blink Sonic? Okay, he's like, I gotta handle the orbital weapon. Tails will take care of Sonic, because eventually, you guessed it, Shadow has a from villain to hero turn when they appeal to his past, where he met this young girl that was his family on this, yada yada. We'll get there. But basically, he's falling, and then Tails is trying to get there, but then Tails faints with the last ring, and it's Knuckles who shows up and saves the day, throws the ring, and allows them to land safely. Tails gets his own moment when he hacks into Robotnik's crab robot that's sitting off to the side while they're doing the big heist in the big HQ scene, and he flushes them out. So, he's the hacker guy, and they all work together as a team, and Tails is talking with the sidekick of Dr. Robotnik, Stone, and he's like, yeah, we're friends, we're a team.
Aren't you friends?
Aren't you friends? He's like, yeah, friends. We're friends.
Feel bad for Stone.
Yeah, I feel bad. And then he got shat on by Robotnik. Jim Carrey's like, nah, man, get out of here. But then at the end, he gets his moment. He says, you're not just a sycophant, you're a sycophriend. I thought that was so funny. Jim Carrey's tearing it up, man. Yeah. He's great. So he gets to do the Nutty Professor thing. He plays both him and his grandfather.
He makes mention of it.
What?
He's his own grandpa.
Yeah. Like he breaks the fourth wall. He's like, it's like one character playing, one actor playing two, and he looks at the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he breaks the fourth wall. They're just having fun.
Yeah.
They're fucking, man. This is a movie. It's as if we're playing in a movie, and then they look at the audience, and so.
Yeah, I like
Jeff
that
Fowler.
part. I also like the very end when they go head to head. He turns into a scorpion. And he's a little mantis.
That was the most ridiculous fucking fight ever. It was so stupid. And I knew you were going to like that. Where he turns and he does. And he is committed to the bit.
He is.
Okay? And the
He's
other
like,
guy
make a defense.
is a scorpion.
He makes a little fence. He's like, stupid autocorrect.
Those were jokes that were landing.
Yeah, and then he stabs him in the butt. He's like, well, my grandpa made an amazing
I heard you laugh out loud.
My grandpa made a high-tech bug zapper. Because the guy's like...
And he goes, and you think it's going to be this big explosion. Goes, a motherfucker dies!
He dies?
He's incinerated!
But there's
and
funny.
All the children in the theater erupted in laughter.
And me.
Maybe 9 out of 10 now.
I mean, and Jim Carrey is, as Robotnik is infatuated with telenovelas, and he's just sitting on the couch.
That's another thing. I knew I was going to
funny.
love this. This was my comedy like 20 years ago when we were growing up. We were, Maria, ¿por qué? We would always do that joke. And this is exactly that. So they have the same kind of weird humor that we do. And it's kind of what gives Robotnik his little hobbies and his little heart to, become a good guy, that he feels like he's the hero in the telenovela, and, does the right thing in the end. His grandpappy convinces him to, go to evil, and they work together to, to take over the G whatever
gun.
force, G gun. You're right. And then he realizes that his grandpappy wants to destroy the whole fucking world.
Everyone, including them.
Because Maria died, and who was his grandpappy's daughter. And she was friends with, Shadow in the facility. And Jim Carrey's like, what? Just so you're going to destroy everything, including us? It sucks. I don't want to do this anymore. And, a lot of funny moments when he's about to, his grandpappy knocks him off, and he's hanging on, and he's about to let go and be fall, all the way to Earth. And he's like, I got one thing to say to you. He's like, what? You love me or something like that? He's like, no, it was better than that. But now I'm not going to tell you. And it wasn't.
It was, yeah. It was ridiculous.
Fuck, 9 out of 10. Go back. Rewind this. I'm going to put a 9 out of 10 with an asterisk.
Remember Wade, though.
Yeah,
The Wade cameo.
Wade. I hate
Wade's
that
cameo
so much.
and the cameo from 2. I hate those
I didn't
people.
like that. That was not funny.
It's not funny. And there's
He turned into his sister, and then he
sister and
turned
the
to the
brother-in-law.
brother-in-law.
I hate them.
Oh, yeah.
And
And
she's
she was
giving
like
sass.
this, angry black woman is screaming
That
at
was-
people to
it's like-
get her way, and it was,
that was
obnoxious.
day.
And then the
Yeah.
other dude was like, I'm fucking jacked, ripped, and shredded. And because they had the hologram on their collars, which ends up getting Tom killed. I thought Tom died, and I thought he would need to be resuscitated by Shadow or something by pumping his heart full of electricity. But
Who did
apparently
that?
Tom can take a fucking shot from Shadow. And again, it's like, damn, Tom, you're a beast. But yeah, they tried to include the human characters. Again, annoying.
yeah. I was like, look,
how,
I didn't like him in the second one. Like, we're done with them. I'm like, good.
done with him.
Fuck. They're
Stay
here.
at fucking home.
Yeah, they're like, fuck, they're here. Oh, fuck, we got Wade. I was like, God damn it. I don't want these characters.
Thankfully, Wade's not in it very long.
Yeah, no, but
No,
it
I
was
don't
so
like to be
stupid.
reminded of Wade.
Yeah, I like the moment when the dog was like, you stole my humans. Like, everybody gets a funny little thing.
Yeah,
and
I'd
the dog
rather
is like,
have
"You
the
stole my
dog more
human."
than the other.
Yeah, dog's great.
We have a race between them at the beginning, and Sonic loses. And you're like, what the fuck? Why would Sonic lose this race?
lose.
I like it when they're close in speed. Sonic should always win, but they were holograms, and it is revealed.
It's his birthday.
Yeah, be
Earth
Earth Day. You came to Earth. He has a family, and it's this, what do you call it? Opposition between when you have a family and you come to Earth, and when you lose your family and be trapped and experimented on for
I was
50
thinking
years.
like that comic where Superman lands somewhere else.
Red Sun?
Yeah, Red Sun.
Yeah, and so when he snaps out, when he breaks the opening line is, "Did you eat my donut?" or something like. A particular donut got eaten, and I was like, "Oh no, this is not gonna be very funny." But then right from there, it goes straight into the action, gets awesome. Shadow breaks out. These motherfuckers couldn't even get a single shot off. I was like, I wonder what these guns sound like. They never even fucking fire the gun because Shadow just kicks
They couldn't
everybody's
fire
ass.
into the crowd because like he would pop in right behind them. And he's like, I can't fire behind you.
So Shadow's just better than Sonic in every way.
He's cool. He looks
Right?
cooler, way cooler.
He is way cooler now. Come on, Joe. He's red and black. He's Sonic with
It's
red
pink.
and black.
It's pink.
Now
kinda.
I did notice that. I wanted to talk about that in the flashback scene when he's hanging out with his new friend. That's the daughter of
rage
the
meter.
runner. Did you notice that? Didn't his hair turn purple and pink?
It was pink and
purple
purple.
and pink, and I guess she gave him a glow up or did some makeup thing, but that was never shown.
He was. Oh, I mean, it's like the.
Or is that his colors in the past?
It's not hard red even in the future. Like there's some shades.
I did see some
yeah,
shade,
yeah.
but it definitely was black and red at times. But then all of a sudden, at least in the flashback, it was kind of purple and pink, which
Maybe he's
might
a
have been
mood
thing they did.
hedgehog, and just
I was
depends on
thinking
how he
that,
feels.
his rage.
So she would, have fun and do that. a lot of the jokes were really, really funny. It's just, I can get 9-10 territory if all the jokes landed. Like, for example, when him and his grandpappy, Jim Carrey, do What Would You Do with 4 hours, and I was expecting, like, the most hilarious montage of everything that they do together. And it was a fun montage, but it wasn't.
It wasn't very funny. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah,
it
the
didn't laugh. It
PS5
wasn't very
VRs,
funny.
right?
No.
It looked like the PS5
They
VRs.
did, no, that was the PS5
Yeah,
VRs.
just
I was
painted
wondering
silver.
if any of you recognize it. They just painted it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
black
because there's
and
no
silver.
other use for those fucking
Yeah.
things, so you might as well use it in a movie.
Yeah, we tried to get it to work
For
with the
hours.
PC. It didn't work on mine. Eventually worked on Joe's. So
So they're broken, and then they only work on your broken computer, like when you line up the broken.
what else? Let's talk some more about it. And then some things we can spoil.
Just some funny bits that I liked. I was telling Alex too. Is like if there's a restaurant like that in Tokyo, I want to go.
There is. I went to one.
Like that. It's like
It's
let's
like
go
a
to
chunky
this.
cheese for like a Pokemon.
The different characters, I forget what they are, but the one of the guy that
I was like,
like
I want to go there. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Like,
we
let's
went,
go to
and
this
people are
meeting.
insane. It's not for kids. Like, there are
it's not
adults.
for kids.
Well, kids are there, and they love it. But, like, the adults are crazy. And, like, the reason the lines are, like, it's like, I want to get pictures with him. I need to buy the plush of him. I got to buy the T-shirt of him. It's like, that's like a $200 T-shirt. It's like, yeah, but he's on it. He's never making, like, his arm is like this, and it's never like this. It's like, you're insane. But they love it.
It's great stuff.
And in Tokyo, that's when Shadow just easily overpowers the three. They just have no chance. And
But they're in the
he uses
restaurant. They
chaos
get
energy.
attacked by Dr. Robotnik's stuff, but then they find out it's not Dr. Robotnik.
Well, it
That's
is
why-
Dr. Robotnik, but it's the
That's why
original
Dr.
Dr. Robotnik.
Robotnik wants to help, and they become allies.
Yes.
And I really like this idea of this. There's a point where they're going into a base together, and they're like, "All right, you go this way, I go this." No, I don't trust you. I'm go, and they go together and they talk shit to each other. It's like that's great, good
Yeah,
stuff.
Knuckles
good
is afraid
chemistry.
of ghosts. And
Knuckles, that made
Funny.
me laugh.
yeah, that one made me feel
There's no such
like
thing as a
scared.
friendly ghost.
Casper, he's like, there's no such thing as friendly. He's like, he's a friendly ghost. There's no such thing as friendly ghost. I'm like, I knew John would like that because he hates ghosts too.
Ghosts aren't real.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right. So, anyways, what else? So the grandpappy had Gun build the most devastating weapon. And I kept thinking to myself, why the fuck does Gun need to build this thing? This thing takes a lot of resources and can destroy part of
Destroy
the
the
earth.
world.
Like, don't you want to let I don't know, the UK government know or the US government? But no, it hides under fucking London Bridge, and there's a metal thing that over is like, damn, the resources it would have been to create. But whatever, it doesn't matter
Don't
because
think
we
about
need a big Robotnik thing that can destroy the world. So I liked
Grandpappy
it.
Robotnik.
But notice they're running out of rings. They ain't got no rings left. He
done.
said, "This is the last ring. I ain't got no rings left. So now it's time to go get more rings."
Well, I mean, then if you want to talk spoilers, the mid-credit scene is a pretty big spoiler, and I imagine
yeah,
that's
tell us about the mid credit.
So Sonic does his race. At the beginning when he lost to the holograms, he's like, "No, we have to do it right this time. I'm gonna beat you." And then he accidentally runs to New York. And when he gets there,
New York City.
well, it's not the city, it's
the
New York
forest.
country. And so he looks around, and then he's like, "Oh wait, I overshot it." And then Metal Sonic showed up, and everyone acted like fucking Wesley Snipes was Blade on the screen, and it was like,
crazy.
"There's only like 12 characters in
felt
all of
like- I
Sonic. Of
felt
course,
like
Metal
left
Sonic
out.
is coming."
Yeah, I felt left out because I was like, "Wow, that's pretty good reaction."
You just said about the hype about the Tokyo restaurants. These are the people saying
I guess.
they're like, yeah,
I
going
guess.
crazy.
He beat him pretty easy, but then like 27 Metal Sonics eyes light up and they all surround him, and he gets helped last minute by Amy Rose. Sonic
I don't know who that
4.
one
You don't know who
is.
that
No,
one
I
is.
don't
You
know
were
that
done
one.
by then.
Yes,
and I think
was.
we were kind of
Yeah.
done by then too.
I played the
got
same
Metal
level.
Sonic.
It's like, yeah, I do the thing. I'm done
I
with
get
this
Metal
level.
Sonic, but not Amy Rose.
Yeah,
That
exactly. I was like,
when we
who?
fell off.
Then everyone went crazy. The older people our age.
Yeah, not the kids.
No,
Kids
not the
didn't know
kids.
what was going
'Cause,
on.
like,
That's what
they're
was
just
most
clapping, like,
surprising to
"Whoa!"
me. Because they saw their parents clapping, and then they start clapping. It's like, okay.
It's like, oh, we are so old.
Yeah. Now, at the final credits,
is
so
revealed.
Sonic, is saved at the end, and of course he goes supersonic to take on Shadow. In order for Sonic to take on Shadow, he needs to go super. That just shows how powerful Shadow is. But then Shadow goes super as well, so you have Super Saiyan Shadow and Super Saiyan Sonic, and they fight. This great battle, goes to the moon, does all this other stuff, so you get the payoff there. But then eventually they team up and they go against the Robotniks. And Shadow teleports in, and he talks to, Jim Carrey's Robotnik, which at this point realizes they need to work together to save the Earth. And he sacrifices himself. He manages to push the station out of the way for the station to overload and explode. And seemingly,
Dr.
Robotnik makes a little vlog message to the coffee guy. And that's when he says, I actually did like you, even though he shit on him when his,
great lattes.
Yeah, he was like... I forget what he said and to hurt his feelings. But the guy was always loyal, always his friend, and so he appreciated it. And then he goes, no. Boo, he blows up. So supposedly...
It takes off a piece of the moon.
That's hilarious. That was something else. How did they move that? Both Sonic and Shadow were moving it? No. They were using the controls to move and then he goes, I did it, and then he goes, and it cuts the bottom of the moon. What'd you do? What did you guys do? Right. Well, if you actually think about it, if you fucking cut the moon in half like that, the Earth is still doomed. It may slam into the Earth and cause a catastrophe, or the fucking tides are gonna fucking shit. It would be catastrophic. But let's not think about it.
That's for another time.
You're gonna ignore all that.
Yeah. It explodes, and Shadow and Dr. Robotnik die. So we assume.
And then the credits hit, and you're like, oh, shit, they didn't fucking deal with Shadow or Dr. Robotnik. They're dead. And we're left with Team Sonic, which Sonic is now humble, and he's like, yeah, it's just team. How about that? Because Knuckles wanted to be Team Knuckles. He wanted to be Team Sonic. But at the very, very end, if you stay all the way to the end of the credits, you do see at some point Shadow took off his cuffs. His cuff is in some debris. You see his shoes come in, and he picks up one of the cuffs. He's still alive. Does that also mean that Robotnik is alive? We don't know.
Shadow's OP.
That's like how much money is Jim Carrey going to ask, so we want to leave that out until we figure that out.
He's like, give me all of the opening weekend money. It's like...
Paramount. We'll give him some Robert Downey Jr. money.
Oh yeah, seriously.
Marvel's like, I'll be back.
Paramount does not have a whole lot of like major financial successes, and this is a big one for them.
This is one, and they're gonna keep this going. They're gonna run it into the ground. We will be at Sonic 6 before people start to run out of steam.
They're gonna do Knuckles season 2. They're gonna do the Shadow
please, God, no. I would watch a Shadow spin-off because I feel like we need
because
more.
They would do the same thing though. Because it's going to cost...
Shadow.
Yeah, I understand that, but like...
They'll do the same thing, hide him?
Yeah, because it would cost them too much money, so they would just put him in the background and then introduce some new dumbass characters.
Some asshole named Trevor or Noah is going to be like the main character.
We apologize in advance to
all
Trevors and Noah.
No,
I'm not calling
we
you
have
out.
a friend named Noah.
I'm just saying you have to be... I said asshole. You have to be an asshole Trevor. Yeah. So it's like you have to be an asshole version. But that's some asshole named Trevor or Noah with his horrible fucking family will be there and will be 90% of the episodes, and then Shadow will show up and go, no.
Good job. Or some
whoa.
Bullshit,
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. That's honestly...
Giant waste of our fucking time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. Anything else that was cool? Any Robotnik stuff? He gets multiple costume changes, which is fun. So it's like all the different Robotnik costumes.
He makes fun of Green Lantern.
He does make fun of Green Lantern. That was, by the way, Jim Carrey's idea. He says, man, I just love Jim Carrey. He comes to the set with all these ideas, and we just do them.
It's like I made that hate watching Green Lantern. I hate watched Green Lantern. It took me 2 days.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, I need to watch something else. And I was like, I'll finish it later.
Yeah.
So bad.
Let's see. With 30-plus years of characters in the Sonic library, it's always so exciting to tease new characters at the end of each film. Bringing in new characters can really push us in new directions, and it is very exciting. But right now, we're just focused on the release of the third movie, and we're hoping it will be received well. We'll see where things go from there.
Sonic racing with cars. I know you like
that. Makes total sense. Very
He does
necessary.
use a motorcycle. Sonic does. Shadow does use a motorcycle.
Oh, because there's a video game tie-in coming up, but it's like, why would the man who can blink and run so fast need a goddamn motorcycle?
That's hilarious. All right, Chad, tell us who's faster. Is it Sonic or is it Shadow? All right, tell us in the comments down below. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.